Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our Mourinho challenge, where today we're starting our first full season in charge of Liverpool. And it's time to take a look at how things have gone so far. We've got Newcastle today, so it'll be a bit of a challenge to start with. But let's take a look at kind of what's happened so far. So we've been very limited in who we've signed and how that's gone. So last season, they brought in the likes of Fernandes, Cucurella, that sort of thing. But we have moved on a couple of players. Jose Gaia left on a free to Shakhtar. And Jovica Kukovic, who came in at the academy or come through the youth setup that they'd signed and all that sort of thing. He's left now and gone to Real Sociedad for £18 million. And we've signed Kurt Zouma on a free to basically try and replace Van Dijk for this season. That's kind of how that worked. A bit of experience. He's of the older generation, 34 years old now. But still looks pretty decent. Good physical still. Good heading. Marking, tackling isn't bad either. So I think he's worth it. Unfortunately, he is injured at the moment, which isn't great. Looking at the schedule, how our preseason's gone is very, very good. Unfortunately, we did play in the Club World Championships, or Club World Cup, whatever you want to call them now. We lost to Boca in the first leg 2-0. We did beat Tunis, but it wasn't enough for us to get out the group stage, so that wasn't great. So hopefully that'll change in the future. Otherwise, we had a very, very good preseason. A draw against Shakhtar was the only time we didn't win, otherwise beating Reading, Ajax, Forfar, Bayer Leverkusen and Groningen even. So very, very good wins. A couple of those were testimonies as well for Alisson and Van Dijk. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at the moment. Looking at our squad, we have a few players that have come up from kind of the academy. Transfer-wise, we have got £335,000 in wages, but otherwise we're quite limited in who we could sign, because players are just so expensive now. So what we have done is we've offered Sergej Milinkovic-Savic a deal. Hopefully he can come in, and that will kind of big up our midfield. He's probably the only other player we'll look to sign this window. We obviously had him at Barcelona. He was very good. I think he's very, very versatile in there. Otherwise, looking at the team, we've got Dewey Watson, who's come up. Josh Kirk, who came up at the end of last season. Obviously, Kieran Rush and Christian Jolly already came up as well. I mean, we still got 3 left-backs in the side, even though I kind of tried to reduce that a little bit. But that's fine. It's not too much of an issue. Sean Collins has also come up. We've got the likes of Neil Porter still in the squad. Ed Hewison will be coming in as that right winger. Jordan Millward on the left. And then Chris Gales, who's been very, very wanted by other clubs, has also come up. So, I mean, Kurt Zouma's the only signing we've made officially. And he's out for 5 weeks, something like that. So it's going to be a challenge. Alisson's also injured for up to 3 months. So Pontus Dolberg's going to have to do a job in there. So not a great start for sure. We are playing with the 5 at the back. We're sticking with this formation so far. It's been working pretty well at the moment, and hopefully that will continue. But I'll make sure to get the squad set up, and then we'll jump into the game. All right, so as you can see, we are sticking with this formation, as I mentioned, but we've got a bunch of players out injured. Sammy Lokonga, Alisson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Zouma, who's come in, and Orozco has also been injured. So we're a little bit stuck on that front. But we've got Dolberg in goal, Rush, Jolly and Valenti at the back, Chris on one side, Fernandes on the other. Harvey Elliott's coming in that advanced playmaker role in the midfield with Marcus Antonio. And then we've got Parada on the right, Mbappe on the left and Vladicic up top. Hopefully Mbappe can carry us again this season. To a trophy, I'm hoping. But with that said, listen to this. Ain't that a weird sound? Anyway, I just did it. I took a drink a second ago and it just rubbed across it. I was like, what the hell is that noise? I hope that picks up on the mic properly. Otherwise, I'm going to look like a right nutter, which wouldn't surprise me. Let me move the camera a bit because I'm a bit not central. Yeah, so we've got Newcastle today. Obviously going to be a hard game because It's Newcastle. They got shed loads of money now, so they're going to be a good side. Gravenberch, we can tell. Solomon, Torres, Basuma, and of course they've got Gabriel Hines as their manager, which is a very, very interesting manager to have in place. We'll have to see how it goes with the season, though. See if we can kick it off have a good start to the season, and you never know, we might be able to get European football, that sort of thing coming up. But it is Newcastle that comes forward straight away. First 3 minutes of the game, Paraqueta into Raspadori, plays back to Basuma, who looks for a long-range effort. Dahlberg's somewhat dealt with it enough to stop it from going in the goal. I guess that is his purpose, and he's put it out for a corner. But again, Newcastle will look to get this ball into the box. Solomon with the delivery. Basuma up. Marcus Antonio is able to clear that, and it comes to Vladičić, who's driving forward. I mean, it's a poor touch, so he's had to slide in there to try and get rid of it. As it stands, 10 minutes in, they've had the only opportunity of the game, and it's been very, very quiet as we slowly are getting back more and more into the game. Fernandes looking like he's doing pretty well on that left-hand side. Parada's not looking fantastic on the right, but Arten to come forward. Harvey Elliott with a fantastic switch of play to Fernandes on the left-hand side. He cuts it back to Mbappe, who's back to Fernandes again, into Vidičić. He's going to look to shoot. Plays it back to Chris, who smashes it off the bar. That could have been the goal to start our season, but not to be. Absolutely rifled it off the bar. There was no stopping that one. Wow, bounces just outside the line. A header in by Gravenberch is collected calmly by Dahlberg, though, as Newcastle look to come forward to react to that. 35 minutes in, 10 minutes to go till half time, so there's still plenty of time to get a goal. Is Dahlberg going to look to find someone here? Looks long. Vidičić headed over to Mbappe, who's going to look to drive at the defence. Plays it back to Fernandes. He plays it round the corner to Mbappe again, who fires it across. Parada's there. Back post, taps it home. Kylian Mbappe, influential once again, receiving that ball, driving down the left, getting the ball across the box, and Parada is there just to tap it home. A nice, easy tap in. Vladičić does well to win that header initially. Mbappe does, again, very well to find Fernandes, who looked for that 1-2, fires it across, and Parada is there to tap it home into an open net. Great stuff. Great start to the game. If we can get 3 points on the board to start with, can't go wrong, can you? Can't go wrong at all. We are at half-time, though, and things are looking good. As I mentioned, they're looking very, very positive. I don't really want to make any changes at this stage, as we're still looking good. We've still got the boys are looking very fresh still, so there's no concerns there. So hopefully we can carry on as we were and continue to do very well. Our XG is looking very good. I mean, to be fair, it was a tap-in that we had, so that's probably explains it. But we still had more shots. So it's a very even game. Solomon receives the ball from a switch. Chris does well, though, to put the pressure on, and Parada wins it. Elliott looks for a ball through to Chris on that right-hand side, who does well to get there in the end using his pace. Ball in. Vladičić isn't able to get there as it's headed clear by Kumbula as Gravenberch receives in the midfield. They're looking to keep hold of the ball, though, not rushing to get the ball forward. Yves Basuma into Gravenberch, who looks forward again to Solomon, but Chris again is there to cut it out. Elliott into Parada, Vidičić over the top to Mbappe, who's run one-on-one with the keeper. Gotta be. He dinks it. It just goes over the bar. Of all the players you'd want there, it is definitely going to be Mbappe, but he doesn't quite manage to get that down enough when he's hit that dink and it goes over the bar. An hour in, we're still looking very good. We've had very limited chances and limited kind of highlights of the game so far. But 20 minutes to go now, and Newcastle do have a corner. Diop with the ball in. It comes to the back post. It's headed towards goal by Ferran, but it is cleared. And then, I have no idea what's happened there. We headed it away, but it came straight to them. They shot. It managed to deflection, I think, off the bar. Keeper's nowhere near it. And then we're able to clear finally. But a little bit concerning. Chris it looks like he might be injured, so we might look to change things there. Rush receives it. Elliott. He's got the ball on that right-hand side. Plays it back to Rush, though. Marcus Antonio again receives the ball inside. We're keeping the ball quite nicely. Harvey Elliott looks around the corner to Chris, who's a little bit injured, but he plays the ball to Parada very well on that side. He looks to cut it back, but isn't able to find him as the ball is cut out. But the clearance only finds Marcus Antonio, as we're able to recycle the ball again, with Jolly coming forward from centre-back. Valenti now Back to Jolly, who's going to look again to find Valenti, keeping it between the two of them quite nicely. So can't complain about that. Fernandes into Marcos, into Mbappe, who's driving at the defence here. Looks a ball inside to Vidicic, whose shot is saved. Can he get a second one? He does, but it's blocked on the line. I mean, that is another golden opportunity to get something there. Chris, we will take you off. Josh Kirk can come on at that wing-back role. And I think I might take Mbappe off, thinking about it. Bring on Millward on that left-hand side. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good. I might take Harvey Elliott off as well and bring on Guendouzi in there. So we are making 3 changes with 15 minutes to go. Hopefully it doesn't mess us up too much, but I definitely want to make sure that Kirk comes on for Chris, because I don't want him getting too injured, because, I mean, with Trent Alexander-Arnold out at the moment, we haven't got many options on that right-hand side other than Kirk. A header, it's a long-range header that isn't going to trouble the keeper at all there. As we come to the final 10 minutes of the game, we've looked very, very good, I have to say. I'm pretty happy with the performance. I mean, we could have had more goals, way more goals. They've looked to try and match us up a bit more with the 5 at the back, but having Gravenberch a bit further forward. Valenti, though, will take a free kick in the Newcastle half. They look very tight in the midfield. So if we can get a ball over the top, like that one, Millward receiving it, through on goal. Can he finish? He does. Jordan Millward, his first goal of the season for the club. A fantastic goal. I mean, it's great stuff. Great stuff. 2-0 just at the death with only a couple minutes to go. That's exactly what you want to settle things now. Valenti's ball in to Marcos Antonio, who's able to find Guendouzi, who's the 2 players that have come on the pitch linking up. Guendouzi playing it through to Millward, who came on for Mbappe, and he was able to finish that into the bottom right-hand corner, and that should wrap things up, although Newcastle do come forward with the final extra time, or added time. Harwood at the back post header. Dolberg collects that nice and comfortably, who plays it short to Rush, who then looks long out wide. I mean, that's nowhere near any of our players, so I don't quite know what that was about. Still got a couple of minutes to go, as Newcastle, they're still putting some pressure on, though. They still want to try and get a goal to make things better for them. Oh my, wow. I don't quite know what the keeper was doing there. Pontus Dolberg comes rushing out. Nowhere near the ball as the ball goes past, and Ferran Torres is able to slot it home. But it looks like it didn't count. I was a little bit confused there because I couldn't really tell what it was. Maybe offside. But that's fine. Only a minute to go. Valenti does well to cut that out from Ferran Torres as Rush receives Jolly, Antonio, Valenti. Antonio then back to Valenti. I mean, we're keeping it short, aren't we here? Fernandes into Millward, who looks across the field to Parada, who finds Vidovic, who's looking for that overlap of Kirk, who's coming forward now. No one's in the box supporting him, so he's going to have to hold it up a little bit. He does manage to. Looks for the ball to the back post, Millward there, but Dodo is the one that ends up managing to clear the ball. And with only 30 seconds left, surely that is it. I mean, that is it, surely. I mean, we're looking back at the disallowed goal. Yeah, it was offside. Why have we only just gone back to that? I don't quite understand that. But a 2-0 win for Liverpool. A fantastic result in our first full season in charge. Hoping that this is a sign for things to come. Hopefully we can keep that going as we're doing very, very well in that first game. It was nice and comfortable, really. No concerns at all. But we will leave it there. Not much really else to update you on. 1 to 2 days isn't bad at all. That's fine. I'm glad we took him off just for that, as we didn't necessarily need him on the pitch. We've also got the Euro Cup, the group stage of that to come. So that'll be interesting to see. And in the Carabao Cup, we haven't got our... Yeah, we don't know who our opponent is yet for that. So we've got a few things to find out. You'll find out at least in the January time, when either the Carabao Cup or we'll be coming back for an update as to the season. But thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know if there's any areas you think we could still improve. I think there's plenty. But it'll be interesting to see how we can do with these players that have come through the academy, as we're quite limited. And hopefully we can bring in that Milinkovic-Savic to fill in a role in the midfield. Maybe push Harvey Elliott a bit further forward again. But there you go. We'll leave it there. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.